Shabbat Shalom and welcome to Israel Update. As you can see, I've got Doobie with me. Doobs, hello, welcome. Thank you for being with me.
Hi, shalom, Shabbat shalom, Christy. I hope you're feeling better now.
I'm getting there, Doobs. I'm getting there. I mean, for at the time of this recording, for everybody, we're recording quite late on a Wednesday evening. We've had another
Mhm.
fire breakout
I
out here in
heard
the
it's,
LA
yeah.
area. I saw the smoke today. We were driving around and I
Hmm.
could see it. And for those of you that don't know, I've been quite sick from the pollutants and that, I've been up and down to the doctor, but thank God right now it seems like I'm okay. Just slightly weakened lungs. So I'm having to go to some physical therapy and whatever to try and fix it. But it's just crazy. And it's just really made my heart go out to the people who are really affected and in the area because for me, it's not even that close. And I can't imagine what they're going through. Those of them that have been right there in that area. But Dubes, let's talk about Israel. Obviously, this week we saw President Trump inaugurated on Monday. So much
Hmm.
already took place. So
Yeah,
many things have happened. How are you feeling about him coming back into office? How's the general feeling in Israel about it?
it's literally a miracle. I mean, there's no other way to really
Yeah.
explain what happened, but I'm sure that you've been talking about this a lot. I speak from the
Yes.
Israeli perspective, is that the first thing that even happened a day before the inauguration is three of the hostages, girls, were released from the devastating prison in Gaza, from the tunnels. And I think that there's a lot to say. Thank you to President Trump and his team who entered into the negotiations even before he came into office. That shows you how much it was important, how important it was
Yeah.
for him personally to bring these people back home from captivity. And this will be remembered for years. I just
Yeah.
hope that the Hamas is going to stand to their side of the deal, so-called the deal of the agreement, and hopefully we will see the rest of the hostages being released. I know that the terms and the conditions are not very much in favor of Israel,
No.
but in the end of the day, the Jewish motto is saving one
The
life
one
is
life who
saving
saved
the
the world.
world, and one life at a time. We're trying
Mm.
to work on our how can I call it, conscience in a way, to make sure that we will be ready if they're going to strike or do anything
Yeah.
against us with these terrorists that are going to be released back in the streets. It was very painful to watch and see the way they've celebrated the release of their arch-terrorists with blood on their
Yes.
hands in the West Bank. Israel started a new operation in Jenin, which is West Bank now, called Iron Walls, uh, to try and push away the influence that Iran and other proxies has within the West Bank. Now we know that 85% of the Palestinians, even within the Palestinian authorities, were and are in favor of October 7th attack and the destruction, elimination of the state of Israel.
Mm.
The places that we are very much afraid of right now is the West Bank, which is so close to Jerusalem,
Of
so close
course. Yeah.
to Tel Aviv, and we are trying to operate over there to push away the influence of these terrorists, which took advantage of the fact that Israel was, sorry, very busy in the north, in the south, seven other fronts, and smuggled weapons and the soldiers, they call them terrorists,
Yeah.
into the West Bank, and people that are very sophisticated in their approach towards terrorism. So Israel started an operation, and I hope that this will spread into
Mm.
other regions and areas in the West Bank because we've been losing a lot of people recently
Yes. It's been
because of
terrible.
terror that
Yeah.
came from the West Bank. So that's another front that now Israel has to concentrate. But back into the questions, I'm sorry I was drifted a little bit.
No, that's
We are
fine.
putting a lot of trust in the same God that made the miracle to return the best president for Israel ever been in the White House back
Yes.
into his post. And I'm saying post because God put him there as a guardian of
Yes.
democracy, as a guardian of righteousness. He in his inauguration speech, he mentioned God so many times that every
Yes.
time he did it, I felt my heart jumping in my chest
Yeah.
because I knew that he meant every word he said. And when I was listening to the prayer of the rabbis that were praying over him when he got into the position, I also understood that the heart of the rabbis are interconnected to the prophecies of
Yes.
Jeremiah, to the fact that this man is the right person in the
Mhm.
right place, as Kim used to say, for the right reason in the right
Right
season.
season. Dude, that's beautiful. And I know that it's the start. And we have high hopes for the position that God has placed President Trump in to really stand for Israel. And this is a time, obviously, the hostage situation is complicated. There's so many complexities to it. I do think that Bibi Netanyahu might have the hardest job in the whole world. I don't know that there's another nation that has got a job as hard as that man. For everybody who's running, whatever position of power they might have in Israel, it is harder, I think, than any other nation. And so I'm encouraging everybody to continue praying for peace and for wisdom. The battle it's step by step, and we're trusting God that this will be a year where we see Israel take incredible ground. And obviously, we continue to trust and pray that every secret, wicked plan made in darkness would be exposed and brought to the
Yes,
light.
yes,
And God has
yes.
done it before, He can do it again. And we're trusting
Amen.
that He would give Israel intelligence that is beyond the natural, supernatural levels of intelligence, so
So
that we
true.
can
So
see
true.
the same way that God showed the prophet Elisha what was happening in the enemy camp, and he was constantly able to expose their plans. That's what we're trusting God will happen this year, that the plans that are whispered in secret will be broadcast into the ears of the intelligence agencies, and that they will know beyond a shadow of a doubt what the plans are, and that we're trusting God that every single evil plan be thwarted and stopped. That is our prayer. That is our trust for the
Yes.
protection of every Israeli civilian, of every Israeli soldier. That is our prayer. That is what we stand by. And so,
And there are also a lot of Americans that are amongst the hostages, and obviously the soldiers
yes,
of Israel. So many of them came, and their families came from the US. They came to protect Israel. And
yes,
when people are watching this, we're recording a little bit before, but now when they're watching it, it's going to be a Friday, maybe already the Saturday. On Saturday, they have to release another four people to see that the Hamas
no,
is going and
yes,
moving forward according to the plans and according to
yes.
the deal. So please, please, I would
Keep
love
praying.
everyone to pray together with us as you watch this for this situation to be clear to everybody to see, to monitor, because the signs are going to be there. It's very hard. It's very painful. The way it was signed, it's not that they're going to release a bunch of them now or maybe a little bit later, the rest of them. They're doing it in such a manner that is so wicked and so terrible. And we had to agree almost to anything they wanted in
Mm,
order to see our daughters, our sons, our people, fathers, grandfathers, babies being released from the prison of the beast.
yes. And so we continue to pray. And next week, obviously, we'll update you more with what's going on. But for
Yes.
today, we say Shabbat Shalom, go in peace. And as always, pray for the peace of Jerusalem. God bless you, and we'll see you
Amen.
next week.
Thank you so much. Shabbat Shalom.
Hello, friends. I'm Donna Clement Petrushka, and I am honored to invite you to something truly extraordinary, the Kim Clement Prophecy Vault. Now you can gain unprecedented access to my father's entire digitized video archive. Every prophetic moment, every powerful teaching, every anointed worship session is now available to you in the Prophecy Vault. Plus, I'm excited to share that my dad's special School of the Prophets teachings are included, offering you deep, transformative lessons on hearing God's voice and understanding His revelations. Your partnership is crucial. Not only will you gain access to these incredible resources, but you'll also help us continue the vital work of preserving, digitizing, and adding new Kim Clement material to the archives. I'm inviting you to step into the Kim Clement Prophecy Vault. Let's embark on this journey of revelation together, and I can't wait to see you inside.
God knew that Kim was going to release that word. I don't care how ridiculous it may seem.
Yes.
That agreement between Prophet Kim and God was so strong. God knew. See, Kim said this to me once. Kim said that the reason why I see so much, the reason why I hear so much is because I've grown, I've gotten to a point to where God can trust me. Now, that was a crazy statement because some people will argue and say, what do you mean? I mean, God knows everything. But this trust that Kim was talking about was actually, Kim was saying, I can trust what God has given unto me and know that God has given me this so that I will know when to release it. Because Kim also used to talk a lot about timing.
The fact that he was not somebody who cared about politics, he was not somebody who was interested in, the inner workings of any kind of political sanctum. He just didn't care. He wasn't about that. He liked music. Give him the chance, he's going to be playing Flight of the Bumblebee on the piano. He's not going to be, he's not going to be sitting reading some history book about the, World War II's strategies. And I think what it does is just show that it gives us hope.
Why would God use a prophetic ministry? Because God loves us that much. It's really all about love. And I know for a fact, the three of us sitting right here today would not be here if God didn't use a prophetic voice to speak into our lives. Would you agree with that, guys?
100%.
I know for a fact I wouldn't be here.
Watch now at real-faith.tv.
Just like all of you, I had problems sleeping. I had tried every pillow out there and nothing worked. I'd flip-flop all night, use my arm for support and fall asleep, or I'd wake up with a sore neck or maybe a headache. Well, quality sleep comes from keeping your neck straight at night. You have to fill in that space between your head and your bed. That's why I invented My Pillow. My Pillow's patented fill adjusts to your exact individual needs, and it doesn't matter if you sleep on your back, stomach, side, or any combination of all three.
When I got My Pillow, I'm asleep almost immediately. I stay asleep at night, and I wake up more well-rested in the morning.
So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to get Classic King My Pillows for only $19.98. Queen size just $18.98. Standard Classic My Pillows only $14.98. That's right, only $14.98. Plus all orders $75 or more ship absolutely free.
We here at the House of Destiny are partnering with you to let our viewers, of course, know about your company. It's Beverly Hills Precious Metal.
Andrew, explain how that works.
So I'll walk you through it right now. So if you go to bh-pm.com, right there on the homepage, you'll see a form that you could fill out. And that form is very important in letting us know how we can help you. So you just put in your first name, last name, email address, phone number. There's a section that says, how did you hear about us? And in there, put Kim Clement. And then there's a portion where you could write a couple of notes down on the bottom. Usually within about 24 to 48 hours, we'll contact you by phone call, and then we'll go over everything with you. This isn't a high pressure deal. We always recommend that if you feel uncomfortable, take a step back, pray about it. You will gain the answers that you need by doing that, and come back to us when you're comfortable.